Hello there, welcome to the studio. I'm Naché. I'm so excited that you are with me today. We're going to strengthen our postural muscles, our upper abs, our lower abs, also the hips. So we're going to get it all in today. You're just going to need a sponge ball. We're going to start with activating our core. We're going to bring our ball in between your inner thighs. So you're going to roll down on your back, find a comfortable position with your arms long by your side. Walk your feet a little bit closer together and already feel the squeeze of the ball. So you're squeezing the ball with your inner thighs. So keeping the arms long down by your side, you're going to relax your shoulders, draw your chin slightly down into your chest. Feel your feet grounded to the floor. And we're going to tilt the pelvis up and down, curling our hips up towards the rib cage. And then drawing the tailbone down, pulling those hips down from the rib cage. So if you want to put your hands on top of your hips and rib cage, where your thumbs come up on the rib cage and then the fingers are down towards the hips, you're drawing those hip bones up towards the rib cage so that that space is getting closer. And then as you go down with that pelvic tilt down, you're going to pull the hip bones down away from the rib cage. So it's like you're trying to almost push those fingers away from your thumbs. So if that helps, you can keep your hands on top here and just kind of guide those hip bones up and hip bones down away from the rib cage. And then when you're ready, you can bring those arms back down to your side. And I want you to find your breath work as well. So you're going to curl the hips as you inhale and exhale, send those hips down. You can also think about a rock here. So you're kind of rocking the pelvis up, rocking the pelvis down. And I want you to feel the connection through the lower abdominals. So you're trying to scoop through those low abs, contracting those low abs like you have a tight belt on and you're pulling those abs in towards the center of your body. We're going to stay in a pelvic curl. You're going to start to roll your hips up off of the mat into a bridge. So we're going to bridge up with those hips. I want you to squeeze the ball, trying to squeeze it into a different shape. You're going to release the ball and then roll your spine back down, one vertebrae at a time. Let your hips be heavy as you come back down and do that again. So slightly squeeze into the ball, curl the hip bones back up towards your rib cage, scoop through the abs like you're wearing tight jeans, and then pulling those hips up, putting pressure into your shoulders, not your neck, and squeezing the ball at the top, rolling the spine down, one vertebrae at a time, right through the middle of your spine. And we're gonna go one more time. Bridging those hips up, curl up, hold at the top, and then squeeze that ball into a different shape. Roll your spine back down. Good. Just pull your knees into your chest, hold on to the top of your shin bones, stretch out your back by pulling your knees in toward your chest. You can even rock here side to side. Do a few more little rocks here, or maybe you're just holding those knees into your chest. We're gonna bring the feet down towards the floor. We're gonna bridge the hips up and we're gonna put this ball underneath our hips. Oops. Make sure it don't roll away from you. All right, so ball is gonna come right underneath your pelvis. So make sure it's not up on your low back. So if you put your hand like underneath your low back in your mat, you still have space there. You're pulling the ball down towards your tailbone. And we're gonna lift one leg up to a tabletop position. I want you to think of still pulling those abs in towards the center of your body. And then you're gonna switch to the other leg. So we're gonna do a few marches here, switching at the top. In the air, switch and switch, and see if you can find your pelvis heavy on the ball by now lifting those arms up over your shoulders. Fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling. And I want you to take a big deep inhale. And as you exhale, you're pulling your abs down to the ball. And go 2 more times here with these marches. Go 1 more each. We're gonna leave one leg up. So one leg's gonna stay up. The other leg's gonna come up to tabletop, tap it back down, up to tabletop, tap, lift, tap, and lift. Try to keep those arms reaching up towards the ceiling. So again, that focus is lower abs. We're going a little bit through the top of the abs too, as those arms stay lifted. You've got 4 more taps with this leg, and 3, last 2. Go ahead, 1 more time. Now that leg's gonna stay, other leg's gonna go down, lift, down, lift, stay stabilized on the ball. So if you feel like that ball is moving and shifting underneath your hips, see if you can quiet those little shifts there. Pull those abs in nice and tight to the center of your body. Go 3 more taps and 2 more taps. Go 1 more time. Good. Arms are going to come down. Legs are going to extend up towards the ceiling. I want you to flex your toes back to your nose. You can hold on to the ball here if you would like. We're just going to do a little stretch, pulling those legs in towards you. You can bend the knees here if those legs are not ready to fully straighten. I want you to, again, feel that stretch through your low back. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Another deep breath in. Deep breath out. We're going to bring the legs back down towards the floor. So I'm going to have you bring your ball underneath your shoulder here. Okay. So we're going to take our legs in a bent position so they're nice and comfy. And we're going to stack our hips one on top of the other. Our rib cage is going to stack and then our shoulders are going to stack. So our hand, the bottom hand is behind our head here. We're just leaning into the ball. If this feels very uncomfortable for you, you can take the ball out, all right? Your top hand's gonna come forward in front. We're gonna get into those glutes. Hi, La Crema. Come on in. So we're gonna be on our side here, and I want you to push your top hand down into the floor. So if you have the ball, you can lift yourself up off of the ball, just like we did with our front abs, right? So see if you can keep those feet stacked one on top of the other. We're gonna clamshell it out right here. So keeping yourself lifted off of the ball, pulling in those abdominals, taking a deep breath in, deep breath out, and I want you to kind of move slow through the top leg. The top leg's gonna lift. You're gonna squeeze to the top of the glute as you lift that leg up, and I want you to feel those muscles firing up. So lifting those knees, lifting that top knee as high up towards the ceiling as you can to get that big range. Now you're gonna bring that top leg down. All right, lifting your top foot off of the bottom foot. We are going to kick back into our donkey kicks, and then we're gonna come back in and see if you can lift that top leg off of the bottom leg and keep it lifted up off of that bottom leg the entire time. So try not to drop your knees down, kind of keeping that nice lift through our abs, right? So we stay controlled. And then I want you to kick through the heels. See if you can reach back to a wall behind you, to a room behind you, firing up those glutes. And we have 2 more. And then our last one, we're gonna stay hold, and we're gonna tap the floor with that heel. We're gonna bring it all the way down, then we're gonna lift it up and bring it all the way forward. So you're gonna think of tapping the back of the mat and then tapping the front of the mat. Are you still lifting yourself up off the ball? Are you still using the top hand to lift your underside of that waist up? Keep going with the lift, tap, go 2 more times each. Good, go 1 more time each, and rest both of those legs. Turn yourself around onto the other side. Again, we're gonna set up the same way. So we're gonna bring that ball underneath our shoulder. If again, that's just not comfy for you, you can come all the way down, but we're again setting up our hips. Make sure that those hips stay stacked, one on top of the other. You can look down. Knees are gonna come slightly in front of you. Feet are gonna stay together as we push our hand down into the mat. We're lifting ourselves up off of the ball, going into our clamshells here. So we're keeping those feet together. We're gonna pull that top knee as high up as we can. So I want you to work this, even though we don't have like a band strapped around our leg here, I want you to create the tension. I want you to try to find your muscles, right? So you are trying to find the top of the hip, the top of the glute, and firing up those muscles there. We've got 2 more times. Now we're gonna stay up, lift that top leg up, lift your top foot off your bottom leg, and then we're reaching back behind us for our donkey kicks. Stabilize everything. How do we do that? We lift ourselves off the ball. We push our hands down in towards the mat. With a nice big kick all the way out, all the way in. And we have 3 more times and 2 more times. Go 1 more time. You're gonna hold to the back, and then we're gonna tap the back of our mat, tap the front of our mat. You're doing like a little up and over rainbow. So if you tap, lift up, tap, lift up. Okay, keep going. Keep those hips stacked one on top of the other. Belly stays pulled in, lifting up off the ball. I know all the things. Last one. each, and rest. Nice work, everyone. So I want you to come back down on your back, right where we started. So when you roll all the way down, we're gonna bring that ball again right in between the inner thighs. Let's do a big stretch for the chest here. So walking those feet in, right back where we started from the beginning. Those feet are gonna be inside of hip distance, squeezing on the ball here. We're gonna reach the arms all the way back. I want you to take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, I want you to circle your arms all the way down to your hips. We're kind of in cool down mode here. So I want you to feel this all the way from the inner thigh squeeze, as if you had tight jeans. You're zipping them up all the way to your belly button. You're taking a nice deep breath as you reach the arms back. Exhale as you pull the arms all the way down. We're opening up the chest here. We're rolling the shoulders down. Go ahead and reverse those circles. Reversing, going back over the head, reaching down towards the hips. So extend the fingers. See if you can reach all the way to the end of your mat towards your feet, all the way to the ends of your room, all the way to the back of your mat. You're just getting longer and longer through those arms. And then we're gonna come all the way back down onto our side. It's optional to keep the ball in between the knees if you would like. You can also bring the ball real comfy just underneath your head here. We're gonna do a few openers here for our chest. So I'm gonna kind of use the ball as a pillow. And if you have a pillow, you can bring the pillow underneath your head as well. And again, whatever's comfortable for the legs, you can stack one on top of the other. You can bring your front leg forward in front of you with the bottom leg extended. Whatever's comfortable for your back. We're gonna take the top arm, reach it forward in front of you, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're gonna open up that top arm, and I want you to twist your upper body or shoulders all the way over towards the other side of the room. And then you're gonna come back to that position. All right, so I want you to really find a nice twist through that back and a big stretch through your chest and through your shoulders. So a big range of motion, inhaling, exhaling as you're opening and closing that arm. Inhale to the top and exhale over. Maybe those shoulder blades are gradually coming down towards the floor. We're gonna go one more time, and we're gonna stay with the arm all the way back here. See if you can take the bottom arm into now kind of a wide T position with those arms. And you're gonna look over, that top arm is now down towards the floor. See if you can look over that top arm. Take a deep breath in as you exhale. Let those arms melt into the floor. Holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way back up. And then you're gonna turn to face the other side. So I'm gonna face away from you. All right, so again, whatever you had at the beginning or at the on the other side, you'll have here. So either keeping those legs stacked or bringing one in front of the other. You're taking your top arm and we're reaching it all the way back, reaching it down towards the floor, and then coming back up. So I want you to find your breath work here. Inhale as you reach the arm up. Exhale as you reach the arm out. And gradually bringing the arm up. Maybe you're going a little slower than I am. Maybe you're pulling the arm all the way out and you're holding for a few counts. You're allowing those shoulders to open. You're allowing your chest to expand. This is so good to do for our posture, especially if we're looking down in phones, computers, we're driving. Go one more time. We're gonna open all the way out and see if you can get both arms to stretch out into that wide T position. You're gonna keep looking over that top shoulders now, maybe down towards the floor, holding in this twisted position. Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and then slowly bring that arm all the way up. You are going to roll to one side and you're gonna come up to a seated position. Whatever's comfortable for you, you can crisscross your legs. You can bring your legs into a diamond position, right? If you've got a pillow, you can sit on top of your pillow, your roller, whatever you've got. And we're gonna take the arms up over our shoulders. I want you to interlace your fingers. And then you're gonna press, moving those arms up and those shoulders up to your ears. And I want you to take a big side stretch all the way to one side. You're gonna come all the way up and do that to the other side. Up and over. Inhale through the center and exhale all the way up. Over. Inhale through the center and exhale. One more time. We're gonna stay all the way over. We're gonna lower the arm down closest to the floor. And we're gonna see if we can pull ourselves a little bit further towards the floor and over for a nice stretch. 3, 2, 1, come back up and then do the same thing to the other side. So that arm is gonna lower and you're gonna side stretch all the way over. 3, 2, 1, bring both of the arms down by your side. Shake out any tension in your arms. Let the arms drop down. Let's finish with our 3 deep breaths. We're gonna take a deep breath in as we shrug our shoulders all the way up to our ears. And as you exhale, I want you to drop your shoulders as heavy as you can. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up as high as you can. Feel all that tension. Exhale, drop those shoulders and let go. One more time. Inhale. Deep inhale, hold at the top if you can. Exhale, letting out all of the tension in the shoulders and the body. Nice job, you guys.